there are a lot of, particularly kind of the Ayurvedic techniques and medicines. They always talk about that trauma is held in the body.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned to you before, Joseph Campbell speaks about the dreams are conflicts of the organs.
Yeah, which I do love
Yeah,
that concept.
very surprising.
And, yeah.
And so often people on the program, they do find, and one of the reasons why I fell in love with it was that it often was very, very graceful in allowing some of these difficulties, these old thoughts, these old traumas, just to kind of almost remove the charge from them, and just allow them to very gently shift and change. And often, you know, what comes with that is new perspective, new understanding, and often, you know, significant changes happen in people's lives. Not always easy.
Not always easy.
No, but at the same time, what transformation tends to be easy, and like all things, that they come with great blessings and great difficulties. But often, when we do follow our own instincts and our own passions and our own presence and power, not an easy journey, but usually.
We meet a different version of ourselves,
yeah,
don't we?
Yeah, you're moving into the next stage of who you are, and you know, finding a deeper connection. There's a wonderful, it was Nietzsche actually who spoke about suffering, the fact that so many of us run away from suffering, and yet we all experience suffering.
Absolutely.
And he was speaking about that what we really should be doing is actually embracing the suffering. And the reason being for that is that whenever you do embrace it, it allows you to make a choice about those things that you will have and those things that you won't have, those things that are important to who you are and those things that are not. And as a consequence, with the suffering, it allows you continually to make that choice, which is right, and then you make it again, and then you make it again, and it's just like this kind of branching tree. And you know, none of these choices are often ever easy, and so often these choices actually don't feel like choices either. They just, one feels right to you, and you don't know why, but you just have to follow it because it feels absolutely crucial to who you are.
And I mean, I'd say it's that journey that actually brought me to New Zealand last year. You know, there were things going on in my life. I mean, the first time I did CuraRomana, it was about correcting the menopausal symptoms, which, thank God, it did so easily. But the second time, I mean, I knew people would say to me, oh, but you know, you haven't got much weight on you. But I knew when I was 25 years old that I was 7.5 stone. And by the time I was 45 years old, I was touching 9.5 stone. Sure. So that told me there were 2 stone there, which I didn't have, you know, years before. And the first time I did CuraRomana really was profoundly about correcting the menopause and weight loss, and it was incredible. And you know, I lost, I think, 12 or 13 pounds in that 21 days, and I've never put that back on actually. But there was still, if you think about that 2 stone, there was still 1 other stone that was kind of there. So the second time I did CuraRomana was the big one. I didn't realize, but it was kind of like, I remember saying, okay, I'm setting an intention, because I always, if I'm doing something, I like there to be a reason for it. So I was, and my intention is to get to the core of what's going on inside me that is covered up by these extra pounds, or you know, and it wasn't that I needed to lose it, but I just felt I was ready to lose it, and I wanted to be the best version of myself I could be. And oh my God, it wasn't so much about the weight loss, it was about things going on in my life, and it was the beginning of a journey. So it was in November 2016, and it was the beginning of a journey I could never have predicted. so there is that magical mystery tour that you may find, and I think with clients, what I've seen as well is that for some of them it's not the right time. So I'd like to ask you about that actually, because there is that thing about, are you ready to shift something or not? Very often it's not just about eating, it's about what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
And it's if you change habits of eating and to improve them, it may have been you were eating the way you were because of a problem. So what is your what's your take on it with all of your people that have come through it?
Very good question. In terms of whether or not a person is ready for it, I think the beauty of the program is that we've virtually done no advertising, which means everything has been word of mouth, which for us was really lovely. But I also think that what that means is that people find it when they're ready for it.
Attraction rather than promotion.
Basically. And so we constantly hear stories of like, I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm here and it felt right, and I'm just going to do it. Or, you know, somebody else has said, you know, this has really been amazing. The one thing that we always continually insist on is that, you know, sometimes we get, you know, wives that are like, I want my husband to go on it, you know, yada, yada, yada. And we always say to them, if he doesn't want to do it, there's no way, no way. He's not going to do it. He's not going to be committed to it. He's not going to want to do it. The person has to come when they're ready, and that's that. So we haven't really come up against that too much because we haven't pushed it, perhaps, and people do come to it when they're ready.
When they're ready.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of clients that have had really difficult things happen in their lives, not because of their own process, but because of, you know, family members got really ill or something like that. So actually they're under a lot of stress. And of course in CuraRomana, it's, you know, I used to listen to Leslie's videos, and one of them was very much about if you're hungry, rest. Don't, you know, take the time and then you will feel better. Hi everyone, this is Victoria, and hopefully you just really enjoyed that video and got lots of useful information. Please subscribe, press the button and subscribe to the Eggshell Therapies channel, because there's going to be lots more interesting videos coming relating to nutrition or movement or body work, and also videos about the way we think, meditation, beliefs, all kinds of things. So basically a whole bunch of stuff relating to how we feel and what can help us feel better. Also, please leave your comments if there's any more information that you would have liked to know about, or, you know, whatever the videos bring up for you, please give me feedback, because it will give us more things to think about to make new videos for. So hopefully you'll subscribe, and then you'll automatically get the next videos when they come out. So until next time, thank you for watching, and see you again soon.